Hello, today we're going to talk about some of the tools that we need to pull our honey off the hive. There's going to be a brief description of everything just to show you all the options. And I'll just go over all the options. This is one option. This is called a bee escape. And I will demonstrate where this goes. I'm just going to talk about each one real quick. This is another type of a bee escape. This is called a triangle bee escape for this style. And there's also a bee brush that we would use just to brush the bees off the frames. That's another way to get them off. Or there's two fumigants that are used to get the honey off, and we have to use a fume board. This is one. This is called Honey Robber. It really stinks. Works very good. It works really good when it's 90 degrees out. That's the best time to pull your honey. It's another style. This is called Honey Bandit. It smells like almonds. It smells a lot better. Probably not as effective as a Honey Robber, but it does work pretty good on a hot day. Okay, so then, so to use all this stuff, to use this bee escape right here, the bee escape fits right in the inner cover. It slips right in there, in the hole snugly. And the bees, what they do is they'll come down through here, and then they'll go into the back into the hive. So you pull your honey supers off. You put your entrance or your inner cover like that, and then you take your full honey supers and put them on top with your metal cover on top like this. And then it's going to take about 3 or 4 days for them to clear. Now, whenever you use bee escapes, thank you. Whenever you use a bee escape, the honey is not protected anymore up here. So as the bees go down here, you really have to be bee tight up here. If you're not bee tight, the other bees could get in there and rob all your honey while you're waiting for them to clear. So that's the only negative part about a bee escape. Okay. The other type of this type of bee escape, I think, works much better. This triangle bee escape, so that would go on, it can work faster. And that just goes on, so the triangle is down. And then you just stack up all your honey supers up on top. And however, I mean, you could stack a bunch of them. Then your inner cover goes on, metal cover. Bee escapes work best when we have cool nights. We could have warm days, but cool nights, and the bees want to cluster on the cool nights. They readily move down very quickly to go down into the lower boxes. And if you have that setup of cool nights, you can empty the bees out of there with this style of a bee escape, which I think works better than the other one. Probably 2 days, they're gone. And I think they do work pretty good. Now the other style of, we could use a bee brush, and I do have a video. I'll show a link to it in the description down below. And basically, you're taking the frames, you take the box off, and you're going to shake the bees off and brush the bees off, and just go slowly plod through them all. That's another way to do it, and that works. The other last way to do it is this is called a solar fume board, and we use these fumigants to get the bees out of there. So it's black on top here. Inside here, it's a soft felt, and you're going to squirt the fumigant on the felt. And so if you use the Honey Bandit, it's got a little spray bottle. You just spray it. Be kind of generous. You don't want it running or dripping. And you just to get this felt somewhat damp. The other style, this is Honey Robber. I just have water in here, and the way you'd use the Honey Robber is this. It comes out in a narrow stream, just to give you an idea how much to use. This is what I would use to get started, and be careful you don't get it on the wood. You don't want to get it on yourself, and before you put it on the hive, you'd want to make sure you shake it off, and then this would go off. Whenever you use a fume board, you do not use smoke on the bees, because if you use smoke on the bees, they engorge themselves on honey, and they may not leave your super. So you always just come up there, take the covers off real gently, and put on your fume boards. And then the bees will leave the supers easier. Usually it takes about 7 to 10 minutes to get started. And if you have a big stack of them, you would just take them off one at a time, put the fume board back on, and just work through it, and then go to your next colony. I usually run about 3 to 5 of them, depending on the temperature. If it's not real hot out, I may use 5 fume boards to clear off 30 colonies. If it's 90 degrees out, I may use no more than 3 because it works really good. The bees leave very quickly. But this is what I prefer. This would be my first choice to get the honey off. My second choice, it would possibly be this triangle bee escape. And it all depends on how much time you have to do all the different things. But that's your basic tools that you need to pull off the honey, and whatever tricks your fancy. But thanks for watching.